I had my rising 3 years ago. So, as usual, it's been up and down. But then last year, before Christmas, just before Christmas, no, a year or two in the rising, I met a girl that during a meditation class, that I had a very good connection with her, like a soul connection. So there was a day she was sad, so I gave her a hug. And then this hug started the rising in her as well. So when she told me what was happening with her, I tried to ignore it, but then it became more visible and visible. So we had to talk about it. And then just before Christmas, she has a twin sister, and we met at a shopping center. And I also gave the sister a hug, and it started rising in her as well. So just this last weekend, I met another girl too, that I hold dearly close to me, in another meditation class. And we were close. And during that session, hers started as well. So I'm kind of like scared because I'm not so far into this. I don't know, because they are looking up to me for guidance, and I'm struggling with my own. So now I'm scared hugging people, and I don't know what to do with this. Any suggestions, any words would be great. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thanks so much for sharing, Linda. You're the hugging saint.
Thank you.
You're familiar with Amma, right? The hugging saint. She also hugs and offers a transmission. And all of us have this capacity to radiate and transmit the Shakti to varying degrees. Now, it seems that your transmission is quite powerful, and the people that you are encountering are in a position where they're ready to receive that type of transmission. And the manager, the big boss of radiance and transmission is Shakti, the goddess, the universe, the intelligent force of the Divine Mother. And so she pulls all the strings when it comes to this type of thing. This is my approach and understanding to it. So you can free yourself of any burden or fear of hurting people, or fear of not being able to support them, or feeling as if you're gonna do something wrong here. You're not trying to do anything intentionally. You're just relating with people, giving them a hug. We all need hugs. We all like to hug each other and whatnot. There's nothing wrong with that. And if by chance, spontaneously, a transmission takes place, well, it's not your responsibility to manage what happens afterwards. So you can be free and know and trust and surrender that it's all just going to unfold as it should. So from there, what I recommend is that you cultivate a state of surrender through prayer, particularly to the Divine Mother, to the goddess, however you would like to conceive of her, and say, look, you're coming through me towards other people. This is fantastic. I'm so blessed that you've chosen me to be one of your channels, your radio towers, transmitting that signal. You can appreciate this great opportunity to play this role, and then just ask her to support you through this calling, this mission that you have, and she will begin to inspire you. The right words will come through, the right books, teachings, the education will come through in interesting ways, through grace, through synchronicity, to prepare you for this role in a more clear way, to build your confidence. So sometimes we get trained first, and then we can give a transmission. Sometimes we begin giving the transmission, and the training has to happen afterwards. Not everybody gets to give a transmission at all in this sort of obvious way. But for those that are called, these are some of the ways that it unfolds. Know that whatever is coming through you has its own intelligence, its own agenda. It's the infinite intelligence of the universe. It's God. You're not going to, she's not going to come through a person like yourself if they're not able to handle this mission. Okay, so you don't have to be afraid and don't have to feel like you're giving this transmission to people that aren't ready. The people that aren't ready don't pick up on it. Amma hugs thousands of people, and most people will feel, some peace and whatnot, but nobody's getting a full blown, Kundalini awakening out of it. Very few people, maybe, perhaps. Another example I can give of someone similar, I heard a great story from my mentor. He said that he encountered a great saint, J.P. Vaswani. Now, J.P. Vaswani was very, very advanced with all sorts of great powers and the ability to transmit. And he was giving a talk in a hall to a big group of people. And the talk was very general, simple, straightforward teachings, to be kind, to love one another, to be present, that sort of thing. And as JP Vaswani was walking out of the hall, there was everyone was sort of giving a standing ovation type thing. And my mentor, who knew him from before, called out to him and said, "Hey." And JP Vaswani embraced my mentor. He put his forehead on they touched foreheads together, and my mentor got a huge blast of this, Shakti transmission. And he said it was so powerful, he almost passed out. And then JP continued out of the hall, and he went on his way. So the entire group received what they were ready to receive, which was a teaching of, be kind, be present, love one another, that sort of thing. But my mentor, being in the place where he was at on the path, he received a very powerful transmission. Now, JP, and in my understanding, of course, I'm putting words in his mouth maybe, but I don't think he consciously chose, oh, I'm going to give the transmission to this guy now. I think he's just in the flow and it just comes through. And, my mentor being in the position where he didn't say, I want to receive the transmission now. He just had no choice, because the intelligence of Shakti pulls all the strings and manages all of this. So just like you don't have to consciously think or do anything about this. Just be yourself, be in the flow, do whatever it is that you're doing, because it seems like you're doing quite well with the energy coming through you. And those that are in the right path, right place on their path, you'll pick up what they need to pick up. And you will be informed in the right way to support them if you're called to support them at all. So just trust, surrender. I really mean it. Cultivate a relationship with the Divine Mother through prayer, through devotion, through chanting, to just even being in nature and just surrendering and saying, I don't know what I'm doing. Just use me, show me. Because this is so far beyond the mind. The mind cannot comprehend what any of this is. The mind can just only get out of the way to allow it to flow through us. So I'm very excited to see how this all unfolds for you. It's a very exciting experience, though it can be challenging, especially if we're very, very new to this sort of thing. So I hope that helps, Linda.
Thank you very much. It does. It calms things a little bit down.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Great.
thank you very much.
Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome.